get him, boys. One last mission.
You can have offshoots, a ton of offshoots with the Expendables.
And a couple actors in drag again.
Yeah, exactly. A Tu Wong Fu reunion for the surviving members of Tu Wong.
All right, you know what? I'm now rethinking it. I think Expendables Brothers is a better one.
Thank you.
Expendables
Thank you. Expendables Brothers.
Brothers, right.
Yeah.
Brothaz.
Yes.
You're right.
Expendables Brothers.
Expendables Brothers is a better name than Expendables Bros. Expendables Bros, that'd be like that would be the Farm Boy movie.
Okay, let's do roll call. We got Morris Chestnut. We got Cuba Gooding Jr.
Taye
Diggs. Got it.
Terrence Howard. Who would be another good actor to have in this? Samuel L. Jackson would have to lead it.
Samuel Jackson, it's got to be around the 90s. So,
right.
Kid and Play are in there.
Kid and Play.
Full Force is in there.
Full Force would be awesome. First of all, don't mock Full Force.
Kid and Play.
Yeah, Full Force is great. But no, I think you're right. I mean, looking at having guys like Richard Roundtree, having guys of that caliber in that
and Terry
film.
Crews could lead them. That could be the spinoff.
That could be.
So we got to get some brothers together.
Expendables Brothers would be awesome.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Mr. T in this movie?
Oh yeah,
right. He would pick
as
up
the villain,
as the villain,
as the super villain,
right, or whatever the case may be. We would harken back to blaxploitation films, which I have such an affection for. Even as a child. So you could bring in the Wayans Brothers if you felt so compelled to, if you wanted to add a comedy element, for crying out loud. But don't mock it. Expendables Brothers is actually a very good idea.
We need to TM this right now.
We're going to TM that right now for Stallone. Stallone steals our idea. Expendables Brothers is going to be fantastic. I love it.
Coming soon, summer of 2016.
All right. Anyway, moving on. That's to some more news this morning.
Some actual news.
Right. Some actual. That was pretty much news. This past Tuesday, just want to let everybody know, or yesterday, we had some more releases, some film releases. I believe Blended is finally out on digital download, along with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's also on digital download currently as of now. That has been released, and you haven't seen Blended yet, but you had seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We both did. Did you watch that, Collector Jay?
I did.
All right, listen. Quick thoughts. Everyone knows our thoughts. We kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Professor Barry did not. What say you about The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I enjoyed it, but it didn't really have quite the same pop to it that the first one did.
Agreed.
It was a lot of action, flashiness, not much to the story. My son loved it,
right?
But I think overall it did bad compared to the first one.
It did, but like I told Professor Barry, I think it's setting up for bigger things.
It is.
And I think that's where we're at with the Spider-Man. We're setting up for Sinister Six. We're setting up for Spider-Man 3. We're setting up for a Venom movie, which out of all of them, I'm the most skeptical about. Is a Venom movie. I don't think that can be. I don't know how you can carry a film like that. But yeah, that has also made it out on video this week. And like I said, a whole slate of new stuff for Netflix and Amazon. There's a whole bunch of new stuff that they're coming out with. I think for my taste, we got also Haunted House 2. I don't know. Did you watch that?
Haunted House 2.
2, right? The one with the Wayans with Marlon.
Oh, A Haunted House. No, I haven't seen either of those.
You haven't seen any of that?
No.
Okay. Also coming out this week, or yesterday, was The Muppets Most Wanted.
I was disappointed by that one.
I heard the same thing. A lot of people like the first one, not the second one.
Exactly. I think it's in the caliber of the Great Muppet Caper. It's better than Muppets from Space, but most movies are better than Muppets from Space. It's not bad, and if you're a diehard Muppet fan, you'll enjoy parts of it. There's some really funny, just kind of throwaway jokes, but the story isn't good, the humans aren't good, the songs aren't good.
Okay. So not something that we should be looking forward to then.
No.
All right. Locke with Tom Hardy has come out.
I've heard that's excellent.
I have heard that is excellent as well. I'm not familiar with the story. I heard that's great. Also, the new film starring James McAvoy, Filth.
Yeah.
I heard about that film. That's another one that just come out. I know those are the two films I wanted. Those are UK films, and I wanted to see them. I heard that Locke was fantastic.
It's just him in a car. It's just him the
right.
whole film.
That's what I heard. So I'm very interested to see it, and the less I know, apparently, the better.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard as well. Also, another Nicolas Cage movie has come out. It's called Rage.
Oh, no.
I guess he's still paying back his
taxes.
His taxes, right, making these films. So this is another one of those movies. He's paying back his taxes.
He's such a
Rage.
terrific actor.
He
It's
is.
unfortunate that he's doing these paycheck films.
Although I will say that the film that came before this, Joe,
that's excellent.
I heard that's
critically
excellent too.
acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed film starring Nicolas Cage. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Also on video this week, we got Disney's Tarzan and Disney's Hercules. Do you recommend either one of those?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hercules
Really?
is a lot of fun, and I liked Tarzan. I really did.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't care for Rosie O'Donnell as the wacky animal sidekick.
Who cares for Rosie O'Donnell by herself as a person? I don't. That's just me, though.
I think in certain roles she was really good as a supporting character.
Okay, I'll
Something
give you
like
that.
Beautiful Girls.
A League of Their Own.
Or, yeah, sure, leave it exactly. But
Okay.
when she was the first and foremost, she can be a little grating.
Yeah, she is grating, and I don't appreciate her comedic performances. I will say that I like her as a supporting actress, and that was in A League of Their Own.
There you go. A little of her goes a long way. Something like Sleepless in Seattle, absolutely. But when she's first
Sleepless in
and
Seattle,
foremost,
I'll give you that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle. Is it okay for us to admit that we enjoyed Sleepless in Seattle on a Nerd Watch podcast?
If there's a romantic comedy I'm going to sit through, it's got to be something good like that.
Really? All
Yeah.
right.
That's a good one.
All right. Also coming out this week, and this is nerd to the max, and not a lot of people know about it, but on Blu-ray yesterday, a great movie by Troma, the original Toxic Avengers, has hit DVD and Blu-ray, remastered apparently. A fan?
I am. I had Lloyd Kaufman come to the university I taught in Colorado Springs a few years ago, and I got to spend some time with him. And he's actually one of these guys who I've actually known for a couple of years now. Toxic Avenger is... I can't believe it's on Blu-ray because it's so vivid, and Blu-ray is only going to make that movie so much more disgusting.
By the way, that was kind of a humble brag, don't you think? Oh, he just came to my classroom and we talked a little bit.
I don't name drop a lot, but I will name drop.
Totally name drop there.
You know why? Because we actually exchange Christmas cards every year.
Okay, once again, another humble brag.
I want proof.
You exchange Christmas cards with Lloyd Kaufman.
And he occasionally sends me picture phones of because I have this little dog, so it'd be like, look what I saw. I saw your dog in New York, and he sends me like little pictures of dogs in New York that he sees that remind him of my dog.
Well, look at la-di-da. Barry Wurst has a relationship with Lloyd Kaufman, who had a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right.
Well, how great is that?
I think. Are you pining for a raise?
I guess he is.
Well, if you're listening to this, Lloyd,
Put him. Yeah, you want to be one of his Troma films? Is that what it is? I tell you.
you know what? Maybe we can get him on the show.
Yeah, maybe we could.
Maybe we should.
could. Maybe
And maybe we will.
Maybe we will. Maybe you
work on
can
that.
reach out to him in that
Yes.
fashion. I would love for you to do that, Professor Barry.
Absolutely.
Toxic Avenger for you, Collector J. Or
I'll see it.
You have never seen it?
I have seen
Oh
Do
man!
you like South Park?
Yes.
Okay, because this
I do
is
like
this
South
is
Park.
like a live action South Park.
It
It's
is.
filthy. It is disgusting. It's satirical. It's hilarious.
I'll have to see it.
Toxic
I'll pick it up today.
Toxic Avenger is one of those movies that put trauma on the map.
Yep.
They were doing other films like Sergeant Kabuki Man,
Squeeze Play,
Troma and Juliet,
Tromeo and
Tromeo and Juliet. Excuse me.
Well, that came later. 'Cause
That did.
Yeah, because Toxic, that was one of the things that launched him. It's the first superhero from New Jersey.
Correct. A Toxic Avenger. If you've never watched it before, you should. It is a man with a mop has never been so iconic.
Yes.
So it is for me. It's a masterpiece of schlock. Would that be a correct term?
A lot of the films that they put out are, but a lot of them are very high caliber schlock films like Surf Nazis Must Die, Class of Nukem
Yes!
High, or my favorite, Death by Temptation.
Death by Temptation is an underrated film by James Bond III, starring
Bond III.
Kadeem Hardison. All right,
And Samuel L. Jackson.
And Samuel L. Jackson. If you've never seen Death by Temptation, that is a blaxploitation movie to the max.
It's great. It's stylish. It's scary. It's really erotic and really creepy.
It is super creepy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we got to have Lloyd on now because we're just promoting all of the Troma catalog. So.
his whole catalog, for crying out
Yeah.
loud. You know, we're gonna have
I'll
somebody.
make
that was
sure
in-
he listens to this.
Okay, good. Make sure you do that. See, once again, these humble brags about him listening to the show, and You know, that's why I'm glad we have Professor Barry here. He's got connections.
It's a name drop. It's not a humble brag. It's a name drop.
All right, well, still
legitimate name drop.
Oh, still, for me, that's a humble brag. I think so. Anyway, also out on Blu-ray this week, Mr. Majestic, starring Charles Bronson.
Nice,
great film. The Avengers is on Blu-ray, not the Marvel's Avengers, but the Avengers starring Uma Thurman and Ralph Fiennes and Sean Connery has finally hit Blu-ray, which finally. I know you're excited about it. It's based on the UK show, the British television show starring Patrick Macnee and Diana Rigg, who, by the way, she was quite fetching.
Smoking.
She was
smoking as Mrs. Peel.
Oh yeah, she totally was as Mrs. Peel. So, yeah, we got some interesting releases this week. But just to let you know, we've got more releases coming up. All the summer movies are going to be hitting video here soon. So those that have not had a chance to catch up will be able to, and we'll talk more about that. Moving on to some more news, just to let you know, something that just came down the pipe just yesterday. I wanted to talk about it. Michael Bay has addressed the fact that he may not direct Transformers 5. But didn't he say that about 4?
Yeah, I thought it was a franchise. It was going to be a trilogy, and then
right.
he was going to walk away. And
right.
Maybe because Pain and Gain didn't do so well, he felt he needed to go back to the trough.
Right. You a fan?
The Transformer movies?
The Transformer films? Collector J?
I like the first 1 and 2 just because it's what I grew up with, Transformers.
Uh-huh.
By the time the third one, fourth one, yeah, I saw it with my son, but it's just, he ruins movies. He ruins childhood memories.
I'm telling you right now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, in defense of Michael Bay, it is not him. He just directs scripts. It's not him. It's the writers of these freaking movies. I'm telling you, Aaron Kruger is the guy who should be put on trial for the travesty that was Revenge of the Fallen, which is horrible. I hated Revenge of the Fallen.
But doesn't mean he can't walk away if the script's not good. He still continues.
Is he really blameless here? Because these movies all do seem like they exist in the Michael Bay universe. It's like a 14-year-old boy who's read way too many issues of Maxim, has watched way too many Starsky and Hutch reruns, and has been drinking way too much Red Bull, and then goes and makes movies. That's what his films feel like.
All right. That's what his film. Okay, well, listen. There's nothing wrong with machismo, like I've said before on this podcast. You know, and also, by the way, you could interchange Mark Wahlberg with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and you could have a Bad Boys Transformers crossover, which would be awesome. Okay? So I don't know why everybody's moaning and groaning. Michael Bay knows both of those franchises, and I think we could have a Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys versus the Transformers, which would be awesome.
Don't we want Bad Boys 3 before we want Transformers 6 or 7, though?
5. True.
5.
True. Bad Boys 3 would be great. I always had an affection for the Bad Boys movies, so, yeah. Anyway, listen, really quick, moving on really quick. We have not had a chance to see the new TMNT movie, okay? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not only did it not underperform like they said it was going to do, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles overperformed, and now it is official that they have now called a sequel to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. We will be watching that. Right?
Yes.
Correct? Collector J has different thoughts. And would you like to express those?
I'm not going to watch it till it comes on Blu-ray. Just like I said before, he ruins childhood memories.
Michael Bay didn't direct.
He have
produced.
a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover with Transformers now, you know, with the Shredder and
oh, yeah,
you know,
I saw that. True, good point.
So we do have a crossover. You know, for me, what I did is I sat my kids down and made them watch all the original movies.
Very good.
In a row.
Right.
So that when they went and saw it for the first time, the new one,
right,
they would know how it's supposed to be done.
Right.
And not have this mindset of a Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movie.
What a loving, caring father.
Yes, you're a good man.
Sit your kids down to watch the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's all 3 of them, even Back in Time.
Turtles in Time? I liked all 3 of them. I thought Secret of the Ooze was fun. I thought I really enjoyed those movies. They're great.
Yeah.
So, the older I get, the more I realize that I got to chalk it up to this. Those memories for us are going to be what those memories for us are what these movies now are going to be for our kids.
I feel bad for them.
It's a different deal, though, because this past semester I did a class, the films of the 1980s, and I included Batman because there's a lot of historical worth in talking about Tim Burton's Batman. But I mentioned that because that was my first real introduction to Batman on film, even more so than Adam West. So this generation, when they think of Batman, they think first and foremost, they think of Heath Ledger, they think of Christian Bale. And chances are the next generation down, they'll be thinking about Ben Affleck or whoever comes after Ben Affleck. So it seems like every generation has its James Bond, it's Jason Bourne, it's Batman.
That's correct, sir.
So it's tricky with the